Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take a look at this inside part. So this says a change in a mass, a size, or a volume. So there's a couple different things you guys could draw. If you guys wanted to draw like maybe sorry guys, maybe I have taken a piece of paper. So here's my paper. And what I have done now is I have torn it up, and so now I have a bunch of little pieces of paper. Okay, or what I could do is maybe I have a big rock, and I have taken a hammer to it, and I have broken the rock into many different pieces. That could be a change in something. Maybe the change in mass could be, that would be the same thing with like the mass of the rock, is that I would have a really heavy rock, but now I've got one smaller rock that might not weigh as much. So I'm just going to use my example as a paper, and then I can tear it up. Okay. The next one is the change in state. And this one is where I might start off, and here I'm going to put, and I like drawing cubes. I remember doing this in middle school and elementary school, is once you learned how to draw the cubes, it was just so cute and cool. So this is my ice. Okay, so what I can do is to change it into a physical change is I can melt the ice, and then now it is turned into water for me to drink. Okay, so that is the change of state. And remember guys, I can turn that water back into ice. I can take this piece of paper, the little pieces of paper, I can put them back together and make it into that bigger piece of paper. That is kind of one characteristic you can think of. Another one would be like a piece of, or a change in shape. So the change in shape, that could be a rock as well. You know, you might have hammered something and broken it into a lot of different pieces. The same thing like maybe with a vase, maybe you dropped it on the floor. It's still a vase, but it's just in a bunch of different pieces now. But my big thing that I would use is more like, maybe here I've got a glob of Play-Doh. Okay, and what I could do is I could turn that glob of Play-Doh, and maybe I've turned it into like a little snake. Okay, remember you can roll it out to kind of play with it and everything else. That, it's the same thing. Okay, it's just that change in shape. Okay, so remember your change in mass, size, or volume, it would be like an example of taking a piece of paper and tearing it into a bunch of different pieces. Your change in state would be like taking an ice cube, melting it, and turning it into water that you can drink. And then your change in shape could be something as simple as, here's my Play-Doh, I've got it in a big blob, but then I've rolled it into a snake. So make sure that you guys have drawn all of these that on your flip book. I'll leave this open, so if you guys want to pause it right now, you can, to continue drawing.